Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to dive right in today with your reading and see what is going on for Pisces. Please, Spirit, for Pisces, please show us. What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know right now? Guys, I swear you keep getting this energy that there's an ending and a new beginning. Pisces. Okay, clearly what I'm getting from this is that something has happened. And it feels like some kind of ending, some kind of separation. It may be one of those things where you kind of break up, but then there's the matter of the energetic cord, there's the matter of all the dreams and the hopes and the aspirations that we had, the potential that existed as a couple. And so endings don't always happen with that final conversation, they linger sometimes. And as human beings, we have a need to process. We have a need to fill in the blanks. We have a need to kind of make sense of things and to kind of get things neat and tidy to a place where we can accept them, where we can come to a place of peace with them. It's ideally we would be able to just come to a place of peace with whatever is and just let it go in the moment that we're in. But as human beings, we've always had a need to kind of make sense of things. I mean, I always bring up like Greek and Roman mythology, where, they had to explain why there was thunder. They had to explain why there was lightning, and so they made up these myths, right? And, we still tell those stories, and those stories still exist in movies and stuff today. But it was from a need to explain the unknown. And it kind of feels like there's that element here where it's like something happened, and we had to get to a place where we could make it make sense, where we could sort of finally accept it. And it's interesting because sometimes these things happen, or this energy, it exists because it is helpful. We have gifts of the lonely path, and maybe, it's not the actual processing of it that is really super helpful to us. But maybe it is this time by ourselves where what we're actually doing is reconnecting with ourselves. What we're actually doing is disentangling our energy from an energy that may not have been right for us, and that may have actually pulled us out of some kind of alignment that we were in. But there is something so beautiful about being able to always return to yourself. I'm not one of those fortunate people whose parents still live in the house they were raised in that can always go back, but my husband is. And so, for him, it's like going home was always going home, the same home he's always known. And it's kind of beautiful. And even now, his father has passed away and his mom is, not doing well, as I've told you. She no longer lives there, but his brother still lives in that neighborhood, and all of his friends are still from that neighborhood and from that area. So there will always be this kind of going home energy whenever he goes there, and it's really special. It's different. There's a comfortability about it. There's a I belong here, I came from here, I lived here my whole life, I like, this is my spot kind of energy. And that is sort of, that feeling that sometimes we can return to with ourselves if we're good with ourselves. If we have come to a place of peace and acceptance with ourselves, then Coming home is comforting. Coming home is a rewarding experience. Coming home feels amazing. And so, you know, and if we don't feel great about ourselves, well, then here is the opportunity for us to come to that place, right? So there's something here where you have had some kind of ending. We have returned to this ourself. We have, you know, even found certain places or things or spots that were truly beautiful that we discovered on this journey. And now it feels we are getting ready for this beginning. You literally have the ending that opens the space for the beginning. And I really love the wording on this card that it says opens the space for the beginning, which is what we've been talking about the last couple of days. Your readings are real consistent right now, you know? So let's dive a little deeper and see what more we can get from this energy. Spirit, for Pisces, can you please show me what Pisces needs to know right now for Pisces? It's really beautiful. It's almost like this beginning is being born out of this energy of returning to the self. All right. You know, Pisces, it's really interesting here because the energy I'm getting is an energy that I've also tapped into for a while now with you, where it's like what you actually want is the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Like, as far as like a relationship goes, you want to feel emotionally content and you want to feel materially stable. Which is, you know, isn't that the dream that we all kind of have, you know? I mean, not everyone, but a lot of people would really like to have that. And I feel like it is that dream, that hope, that goal, that desire that started you out on the path that you were on that came to an end. And, you know, it's like I'm never really quite sure how to say this, but there's this energy of kind of coming to a place where we're understanding more of why that wasn't what we had actually been looking for, rather than kind of this feeling of feeling like we're missing an opportunity or like the thing that we want is out of our reach. You know how I was talking about like Greek mythology and our need to explain things and our need to kind of, you know, put a definitive story behind what is unknown so that we can kind of gloss over it from now on, so that we don't have to get stuck in that pitfall of why and how and why not and why me and all of that chasm that is bottomless. And kind of in doing so, sometimes what happens is we bridge a gap ourselves that really isn't meant to be bridged. In other words, like we say, okay, well, the reason this didn't work out is because this person is wounded and because they got scared and because they ran away. And if I could just, you know, explain how I feel, if they could just understand that I love them and that's enough, I don't need more than that from them. Or if they could just understand that I'll be patient, or I can give them space, or I can let them figure it out, or, you know, I can make up the difference here, you know, because I don't want to miss this opportunity for the potential that I see here. But when we start to do that, when we start to sort of like compromise, or when we start to sort of make up the difference in a relationship, we usually end up accumulating some type of regret, a little bit of like, why didn't I just accept what I saw? Like, why didn't I just accept that this person wasn't ready, or this person wasn't capable of showing up? Because what is the 10 of Cups? It's not let me make up the difference for you. It is, I am an emotionally content person who's able to regulate my own emotions on my own, and you are an emotionally content person who's able to regulate your emotions on your own. And so when we come together as two individuals who are investing in this connection that exists between us, we find an elevated sense of emotional contentment that goes beyond what we felt on our own. When we start making up the difference and we start bridging the gaps in other people's shortfalls, when we start saying, it's okay, take as long as you need to heal, I'll just be here holding space for you, I'll just be here waiting, because that's the loving thing to do in our estimation, in our mind, we actually start crippling our ability to have the 10 of Cups. Because that person, if someone doesn't have to rise to meet the occasion, they usually don't. People only go as far as they need to, as far as they have to. Necessity is the mother of all invention. That's what that means, you know? So if we go the extra mile for someone, they're not going to learn to do it themselves. And then we'll always be this crutch holding up the whole thing. And yeah, is that sustainable for a while? Can we do that? Are we strong enough? Yeah, probably, especially as a Pisces. But for one thing, was that what you were looking for when you started out? Is that what you really wanted? Is this what you really want? Is that scenario what you were really trying to have and to hold? To where you were always going to have to make up the difference, and the pressure and the health and well-being of this entire connection was going to be resting on your shoulders? Is that what you wanted? Because if you start off going for the 10 of Cups and you end up sideways over here, then you really aren't getting what you desired. And even though it may feel like love, and it may feel like, yeah, but now I love this person. Yeah, but now I'm invested in this person. Yeah, but now I've pictured it. I've seen the whole thing work out. I know that this is what I want. This is what I want now. When you really take the name, the face, the feelings, all of that out of it, is what you're experiencing what you really desire? Is it what you really want? And if you can't take the name and the feelings and all of that, the picture, the dream, all of that out of it, then you're way, way, way attached to it. And these are the ways that we can check in with ourselves. And if you're feeling unhappy because this relationship isn't the 10 of Cups, or because you're not sure why, then ask yourself, why aren't I happy? Because it may come down to, you know, I feel like everything is resting on my shoulders. I feel like if this is to be made or to be broken, it exists, it's on me. How strong I am, how willing I am, how long I'll wait, how much sacrifice I'll make, especially as a Pisces. When really what it is this what I really wanted to begin with? Is this really what I set out to have? On the bottom of the deck, I know I've let you down. I know you deserve more than I can give you at the moment. I'm sorry I lied to you. We need to take it slow. Your eyes are enchanting. You feel like home to me. Wow. Okay, so this is another complication that happens sometimes, is that when you really let your guard down and you really let someone in and you really are vulnerable with someone, you know, there is that kind of favorite jeans essence that the person takes on. Of like, well, that's my favorite pair of jeans. And everyone knows when you go to your closet and you have all these options of jeans to wear and your favorite jeans are one of them, you're going to choose your favorite jeans, right? So like if I tell you, you have, you know, I could say you have 25 soulmates at least in this lifetime. But you have that favorite, that one that already knows you, that one that you already know the name of, that one you already know what they smell like, you already know how perfectly you fit under their chin, or however it is, or they fit under your chin, or whatever it is. And you know, that person takes on this elevated stature, right? Because they begin to feel like home. They begin to feel like that favorite pair of jeans. They begin to feel like the safest place to return to. The one, you know you're going to be comfortable with, you know, to that degree. And rather than wearing in any of the other jeans to the point that they're your favorite, it's easier to just sort of look at that pair and go, yeah, that's my favorite pair of jeans. You know what I mean? And I literally had this quandary, like literally the other day. I have this favorite pair of jeans, and unfortunately I was wearing them while I was painting, and I got paint on these jeans. And, you know, my daughter jokingly told me that it's a trend, like people are buying jeans with paint splatters on them now. And so I have occasionally still worn them because they're my favorite jeans. They're so comfortable. And my daughter was like, you know, Mom, you have like 3 other pair of jeans exactly like it. Why don't you just wear them in until they're like your favorite jeans? And I was like, yeah, why don't I do that? And she was like, because I don't know that that's the look that you're really going for. And I'm never, honestly, I'm not that fashionable. Well, I kind of am, because my daughter worked for a clothing company and bought me lots of clothes from them. You know, for the holidays and birthdays and Mother's Days and stuff like that. But it's more like her influence on me than my own, right? But it is kind of like, why don't we ever give any of those other jeans a chance? Why don't we give them the space to become our favorite jeans? You know, why is it that we just get so attached to that pair of jeans that even, you know, no matter what happens to it, my favorite pair of jeans before that, I was wearing in New York City, got in a cab on my way to an event at the Met and split the back of my pants, had to run into the gift store at the Met and buy this sweatshirt, and everyone calls it my split the pants sweatshirt. Like if I'm ever wearing it when I am FaceTiming my friends in New York, they're like, oh, you're wearing your split the pants sweatshirt. And my friends literally kept the jeans and were like displaying them for a while because it was such a funny moment. But yeah, so I had to tie it around my waist. I'm 6 feet tall. I can't just like go in a store and buy jeans. I have to order them. So, like, I get it. I understand. I know I will take a risk on my favorite pair of jeans. And like, that's what we do. We're like, okay, but let me just keep extending this. Well, let me just keep this door open. Well, I know that the seat of these pants is getting a little threadbare, but they're my favorite jeans. I think I'll just wear them anyway. You know what I mean? They'll be fine, right? But really, that's what happens is we have the opportunity to go out and pursue what we want, or this elevated stature with other opportunities. And even if you can say to me, but I don't have one in front of me. Well, right, because is the universe, you know, think about it. you still have this door, this energetic door open to your past person, and they're still your favorite pair of jeans. And that's still where your mind goes back to when you kind of open yourself up to really thinking about love, or to really imagining yourself happy in a relationship. It's just easier for you most of the time to return to the place where you actually have a visual, where you actually know how it feels, where you actually know what it could look like and what it means, like in the material world, because you have experienced it, or because you know the name, the face, all of it. If you're still in that energy and you're saying to me, yeah, but I'm open to new. Well, new is a soulmate that deserves someone who's actually really ready to show up for them. New is somebody who's coming in new with fresh energy. If they don't have a past door open, which, think about that. Do you want to get into a new relationship with someone who has a past door open? Do you want to get into a new relationship with someone who feels about their ex the way that you feel about your ex? You know, that they're their favorite pair of jeans, and that, you know, if it became available that they were clean and in the closet, they would probably choose those over you. Is that what you want? You see what I'm saying? And do we want to wear the favorite pair of jeans until the butt splits open on them, the seat rips open in an inconvenient moment? Oh my gosh, such an inconvenient moment. You know what I mean? We got to ask ourselves these questions. And, you know, it's like, yeah, we may be super attracted to this person. We may be, you know, just more attracted to them than we've ever been to anybody else. Or we may have had this cataclysmic moment with this person where it's like all the stars collided and we just knew this is my soulmate. Ah, you know what I mean? But if this person can't show up for you, hasn't shown up for you, and really is incapable of being an equal part of the 10 of Cups, then is that really what you're looking for? Because this is what I'm seeing, you guys. There's something we got to close out from the past, including our thoughts about it. We got to clear out that attic, right? We got to give it space to like move on out. So that we can be new, so that we can be fresh, so that when a new soulmate comes along, we are ready to be present with them. And the universe knows. The universe knows our mind and our heart. You know, the universe knows if we're ready or if we're not ready. And we're not ready if we're still waiting for our favorite pair of jeans to be clean and in the closet. We're not ready. We're not ready to like really dive in with a new pair of jeans. We're just not. Okay, I love you guys for staying with me through my analogies. Okay, Spirit, so what is going on with Pisces? With this particular deck, the deck creator has asked that you not take reversals, so I don't take reversals with this deck, which reversals aren't really necessary anyway, in my opinion. All of the energy, all of the time is always a spectrum. So you don't actually really need reversals. This is really so much more of the same, okay, of the initial oracle cards that we got. You're getting the Queen of Air with Patience, which is the Temperance energy. And this is an energy of, you know, we have suffered, we have struggled, we have been through it, whatever it is. You know, we probably had our heart broken. We've probably been backstabbed. We've probably, you know, had someone speak to us in a way that was, you know, defeating and deceptive and undermined our own sense of ourself and our own sense of our own self-worth. You know, people who wanted us to hold their toxicity for them because they didn't want to process it or face it themselves. You know, we have been through many cycles, right? And they have been draining. And even trying to mentally come to a place of peace with those cycles is draining and difficult because often they're left in a space that is unjust. Often they are left in a space that feels incredibly imbalanced. It feels like, you know, we are suffering because of someone else's shortfall or someone else's shortcoming or someone else's inability to process their own emotion, and they've left us hanging with their unprocessed burdens, you know, and it doesn't feel fair. And, you know, with that Queen of Swords, we have that option. We can say, you know, life isn't fair and I'm bitter and you know, I'm just going to be very protective of myself. I'm going to wear this armor. I'm going to carry this sword. Someone's going to have to get through my sword in order to get to me. You know, we can take on that energy. We really can. And we do sometimes from time to time. And it's not always all bad. But I say that as a Queen of Swords myself, a Libra. But the thing is, you guys, it can also go the other way, where we can let it make us better. You know, my grandma always said, the same water that boils the egg boils a potato, or hardens the egg, softens the potato. It's the exact, you know, we have a choice of how we process things and how we let them affect us. And if we allow it to help us understand the need to open up, you know, do we want to be that closed off, bitter, nasty, angry, lonely person? Or do we want to open up to life, open up to love, and say, wow, you know, in fact, my choice is that I don't want to be that bitter, nasty person. And so my only option is to open up and to heal and to, you know, find the knowledge or find what is out there that helps me come to a place of peace with what has happened, even though I may never technically get justice in this world. I may never get the apology. I may never get, you know, whatever it is that I feel would somehow vindicate me. I may never get that, right? But sometimes our vindication comes from within. And it comes from a refusal to carry the weight that someone else is laying at your feet. And it comes from a space of saying, you know what, I am wiser now because I have been through this and I have dealt with this and I now see clearly, you know? And now I'm taking that wisdom, I'm taking that knowledge forward with me. And when presented with the same thing, I'm going to know what I'm looking at, you know? So with the patience, with the temperance energy, this is an energy of the lonely path sometimes, of taking our time, of rebalancing, of regrounding, of recentering, of giving ourselves the apology we may never receive from the person who owes it to us or who we feel owes it to us. But it's processing what we have experienced and what we have learned from the sword cycle in a healthy way, in the best way that we can, in a way where we do not become imbalanced, we do not become misaligned from the experience. We only get better. And then you have judgment here, which is telling me this time is ending, of healing, of coming to this clarity, of working through this mentally. And there is some type of call that you're being called to answer. There is an opportunity to rise up out of this ending, out of this period, and experience something new. And I feel too this energy. You have this opens the space for the beginning, you know, the ending that opens the space for the beginning. And it almost feels like the ending, it's like underground even, you know, and it's like it's like spirit has almost cleared nothing but space in front of you for this beginning. It feels like a clean slate. It feels like a blank slate. All right, I am going to clarify. Yes, you will not ever participate in something that is imbalanced again. With the Six of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, there it is. With the Strength card. Oh, how beautiful, you guys. So with the Queen of Swords being clarified by the Six of Pentacles, this is the wisdom to know that when you start feeling that you have to be extra accommodating, or you have to start looking at the sacrifices that you're willing to make for a relationship because of someone else's shortcoming, or because someone else can't rise to meet the occasion, or can't really show up, or is choosing not to really show up, you will not overgive. You will not go beyond the center line. You will not give more than the other person. You may give them time to catch up to where they can give, but you will not go beyond the center line. You will not give more than they're giving. With Temperance and the Ten of Swords, this is healing from that sword cycle, literally. I mean, that's what we've been talking about. And with the Strength card, the Strength energy is that antidote. It's where we overcome all of our lower vibrational energies. They're in this card here. The return of the lost self. You see how he's holding this golden egg? That is a new beginning, right? And you see she's got this owl on her shoulder in the Queen of Air, and we see that owl here. And here we see in the Strength card this coming out of the broken egg, and it's really giving me the same visual that this Judgment card was giving me, where it's like the past is the past. It's like gone and buried and done. You know, it can be if you want it to be. And with the Strength card, it's like you're breaking free of everything that has sort of held you in place, or everything that has sort of kept you here. And, you know, that time of processing, that time of returning to ourself, that time of, you know, being able to like go home again and feel the comfort and feel the sense of belonging, the sense of connectedness to ourself and to, you know, our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations, our own way of thinking without the heavy influence of an intimate partner. You know, all of those things, you know, it takes time, right? But what I feel here is that that time is actually coming to a close. I feel that that time, it's like, it's ending and this new beginning is coming, and you do have the strength. You have, in this period of processing, really overcome some things that may have held you back in the past. Like, you are not emerging into this new beginning the same person, even that closed out the ending. You're different. You have been through this transformation, this transition. You have found the gifts of the lonely path. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Pisces, my God. You have the Page of Fire with the Four of Fire with the Hierophant. I'm just going to go ahead and clarify this. You know, the Page of Wands is that energy of I'm ready for the adventure. This is what I desire. And the Four of Fire is like a very strong soulmate connection. And the Hierophant is a level of commitment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Things are changing here, Pisces. You have the Hierophant and the Five of Wands on the bottoms of both of your decks. That's 2 5s. 5s are change. You have the Page of Fire being clarified by the Lovers. You are looking for an equal partner. You're looking for someone who makes sense to you on a spiritual level, not just in this physical plane. It's like you're desiring something more and deeper and beyond what you have already experienced. And, you know, it feels like you are poised and ready, that if this person comes in, and you know, keep in mind, we're all on different timelines, so don't force yourself to get someplace or feel like you are someplace that legitimately you're not. There's no pressure. It's an evolution and an organic process here. So it will happen. You know, if you stay open to it happening, it will happen if you're not here yet. So, and all of life is a process. All of life is a journey. And the Page of Wands definitely reminds us of that. And oftentimes, you know, that old saying, it's about the journey, not the destination. It feels very true here in this story. So, and you know, it is, it is about being free to make the choice when the choice is in front of you, when the choice is presented to you. And we discussed that earlier about the favorite pair of jeans. If you're just waiting for it to be clean and in the closet, then you're not really ready and open and free to make the choice if the choice is in front of you. You're still energetically not free. And then you have that Four of Wands clarified by the Empress and Justice. And, you know, this is how I was saying to you earlier, you know, sometimes you have to give yourself the apology that you will never receive. And, you know, from the person you feel you deserve it from. I will just say that in my experience, you know, because we all have different perspectives and because we all have different understandings of life and we all have different sort of commitments and priorities and moral compasses and stuff like that, in my opinion, we can't say anything or anyone really owe us anything. You know, if there is anyone that owes anyone anything, it's us with us. And it's just that, you know, maybe we owe ourselves the best. We owe ourselves the opportunity to go within and to look for the answers inside rather than constantly feeling we have to change something outside to make ourselves happy. We have to first come to that place inside. And with the Empress and Justice, this is you in your limitless nature, manifesting your own balancing of the scales, your own returning of the karma that you have put out there, your own kind of victory moment here with the Four of Wands, the Empress, and Justice. With the Five of Wands, again, this is about going within and seeking any of the barriers that you have built against it. You know, if it's like, you know, if you listen to Abraham Hicks and stuff, you know, if you are trying to manifest from a place of lack, you know, if you are trying to manifest a deep soul connection, but you are not in a place where you are actually free to choose that because you're still tied up in some soul contract that you just haven't closed out yet, then you're manifesting from a place that is not in alignment with what you're manifesting. So it won't show up. So the Empress is where we are tapped into our full limitlessness, where we're almost in the energy of if it comes, it comes, if it goes, it goes. I'm a badass regardless. Like, you know, I'm fully worthy, I'm fully deserving. When we are manifesting from a place of, you know, our highest and best and the highest expression of our ability to receive, which is what the Empress is, and we believe in our own capacity as limitless creators and co-creators with the universe, then we manufacture our own rebalancing of the scales, our own justice, because it has nothing to do with the past person and getting back what we overinvested in them. It has to do strictly and solely with us and what we know we deserve, because we understand who we are and our true capacity to co-create and to manifest. And we see ourselves as being abundant, as being worthy, as being lovable and being loved. We see ourselves as whole and complete on our own. And in that way, the scale will always balance. In that way, you will be matched up with, you know, someone of this that's aligned with that same energy. So this is almost like a spiritual test with the Hierophant here. It's, you know, elevating ourselves spiritually to the place that we really are truly aligned with what we are wanting to receive, what we are looking for, what we are asking for. With the Four of Wands, it's always the energy of where we see what we have been manifesting drop down into reality. You know, those wands are that connection from the ethers into the material world. And the Four of Wands is where they literally come into the ground, you know, come into the material world. You do have the power to do this, Pisces. Pisces, you have the 5 of fire with the 3 of earth, which is that feeling of the thing blocking me, the thing standing in my way, the thing that you don't understand, Lotus Heart Tarot, is that I can't find someone to collaborate with me. I can't find someone of my caliber. I can't find the person that shares my vision and that is on my level spiritually, and that, you know, and I don't know where they'll come from. I don't know where I'll meet them, and let me tell you, if you're thinking those things, your manifestation also is not going to work. Part of manifesting is trusting that you are leaving the who, the why, the when, the where, the how to the universe. It doesn't have to make sense. You're co-creating. If I'm on a job, you know, I'm a photographer also. If I'm on a job and, you know, I photograph theater, well, I photograph nature and theater, but like, you know, what I'm more known for is theater. Well, I don't know. Anyway, the thing is, if I'm photographing theater, I am co-creating. Like, I am working with someone else's vision, but I am also bringing my vision. I'm bringing the angles that I'm shooting, the settings on my camera, the lenses that I'm using, all of those things. I am co-creating with the director to capture the essence and the image and the feeling of what is on the stage. I don't say to the director, well, how are you going to articulate this? Well, how are you going to present this in a way where I can, you know, then somehow capture it with my camera and then somehow relate this to, you know, a greater audience than who can attend the show? Like, how are we going to, you know, do this? I want to know all the no, I don't do that. I say, you do that. I show up, you know, during dress rehearsals usually, and I watch the show and I figure out where I want to be. I figure out how I'm going to capture it. I feel like what equipment I need with me on my body to do it, and I do it. You know, I work with what is there, you know, and that is the same way you're co-creating. It's a co-creation. You don't have to control anything. You just have to bring the part you have to bring, which is your free will choices that you're choosing to support it, and your clear mind that you have turned it over to the universe, and you have put it graciously in the universe's hands and said, I trust you with this. I trust you with this most precious creation that I am trying to do. Here you go. This is what I want, okay? And now I'm going to work with whatever you give me. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be aware. I'm going to be looking for, you know, how to do the part that I do to make it happen, to work with you, to co-create this for here and now. You see what I'm saying? You don't worry about the why and the how and all of that. You leave it to the universe. You trust it in the universe's hands. The Queen of Fire is the manifester. And, you know, she is the one that says, this is what I desire. And, you know, she just waits to receive it. She doesn't go chasing it. She doesn't try to control anything. Look at her face. She's completely calm. She knows. I have put it out there. I have done my job. I have shared my desire with the universe. I am holding space for it. I'm staying faithful to it. I'm not wavering from it. I'm not asking questions. I'm not second guessing it. I'm not thinking about how impractical it may be or how practical it may be. I'm not lessening it or diminishing it or trying to fit it into any box or trying to control it in any way. I'm simply putting it out there, and I'm holding space for it, knowing that it's coming back to me. With the Devil on the bottom of the deck, yeah, with the Page of Air underneath it. With the Devil on the bottom of the deck, you guys, it so oftentimes is us holding ourselves back. And you know, with the word temptation there, it's like when I say, I want a soulmate, and I've wanted a soulmate for 2 years, I'm lonely and I want someone in my life. Is that manifesting? No, that's not. That's really just saying, I don't already have what I want, giving me more of, I don't already have what I want. You have to manifest from that place of stability, that place of abundance, that place of wealth. You have to manifest from a space that is in alignment with what you desire. And with the Page of Cups, when you are manifesting from that truest, most authentic place of light in your heart, and you are really, truly, genuinely sending this out to the universe through that heart space, you are increasing it a million times. You also can even sometimes speed up the timeline to which it will come to you. Okay? I actually feel like I don't even need to clarify this, and I kind of want to leave it there. I think I'm actually just going to dive into the messages. I'm feeling super guided to just do that right here. All right, you guys, so I'm going to do that. I feel like sometimes you can overtalk things, and also, you know, I feel like sometimes it can just honestly be... not helpful at a certain point. Okay. All right, if you're dealing with a water sign, Pisces, I would do it all again. I regret lying to you. That's come out twice now, so somebody's definitely told a lie. I wonder how you feel. We need to let each other go. My life is not as together as it seems. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. All right, if you're dealing with a fire sign, I can't be with you. Balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. I won't let you down. I want you so badly. Okay, so see, this can be one of those relationships where there was an imbalance, and maybe we have rectified that. Maybe we have pulled our energy back from the situation, and we're letting this person now come to us, now meet us in the middle, and now it may be that they are discovering all of these feelings that they have within themselves that are inspiring them to do this. I feel that energy here. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. I wish I could take back my words. I know you don't feel the same. If you're dealing with an earth sign, I find you so attractive. I wish we could go back. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. New love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. Just being near you is intoxicating. I look for you everywhere. All right. And if you're dealing with an air sign, I know I saw a card flip. Yeah. You didn't see my tears. I have too much to lose. Finding out the truth crushed me. I can't stop thinking about you. I do love you. I knew exactly what I was doing, and you inspire me. All right, you guys. I really hope this message helped. And I really hope it brought you peace and clarity. Guys, until next time, this is what I have for you. And I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Something new is coming, you know? All right, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.